Okay, hello guys. So we will start. Okay. I hope you all doing great. Yeah. So uh, just drop a message in the chat that okay, we are all doing great and we are excited for the session. Just drop the chat. You can write in the chat here, guys. So this should be a very interactive session. Not only I am gonna speak. Okay, you guys also gonna speak. Like you guys also on like should be there for the interaction. So you can just drop hi into the chat. Great. Hi Siva. Hi Kavya. Hi Prabha. Hi Jagdish. Hi. I hope you all doing great. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Good evening. Good evening, Sham.
Guys,
Okay.
please be mute yourself. We give an unmute option to everyone. The session need to be interactive, so please be unmute yourself. When you have question, you can unmute yourself. You can ask questions. Like it's disturbing overall the session. That's it
Okay.
from me.
Yeah. Thank you, Tiruna. So yeah, whenever you want to ask something, just raise your hand. Okay. And if I ask to a particular person, they can just unmute themselves and they can speak. Okay. But please don't unmute yourself. Okay. In while the session is going on. Okay. Great. Okay, I hope all are doing good. But I have received very few messages. We have like 70 participants joined, and very few messages are there. Why is it so? Okay, why you are guys aren't excited for this session? Like today we are going to discuss a very interesting project, okay? Like very interesting project. Okay, no problem. We'll just start. So, how many of you have joined today and you guys were not there in the yesterday session? So, how many guys are new here? They can just drop the message. How many guys are new here? Okay, I think there is no one new here, only from the yesterday. Okay, that's great. No problem. So, let me just go through the. Can we get recordings of this session after the class? Yeah, Deepan, you'll get recording of the session after the class. So let me just share my screen and show you the project that we are gonna discuss today. So again, like I just wanted to ask you guys, how many of you knows beginner level of programming? How many of you knows like intermediate level of programming, and how many of you knows advanced level of programming? So whatever your level is, you can just type that message and text. Okay, let's say I'm a beginner, so you can just write beginner, intermediate to intermediate, and if you are advanced, you can just write advanced. Okay, nice intermediate. Can Shiva Sai is intermediate, nice. Yeah, yeah, Whoop intermediate, nice. Shruti is beginner. We are gonna like cover from beginner itself. No need to worry about, even if you are a beginner, no need to worry about the things. Okay, give me a second. Let me see the share screen thing. Okay, give me a second. Okay. I hope you all can see my screen, right? So just drop a text in the message that you guys can see the screen. Yeah. So in the chat, we have just dropped, yesterday's session's link. Okay, so you guys can just, click on that link and see the yesterday's session, watch the yesterday's session. Okay, but for now, we'll just focus on this today's session. Okay, sorry, Sanket, do you have any doubt? Okay, okay, so this is our project, today's project. This is like a simple resume builder, okay, with the drag and drop components. Okay, so once I click on new, like once I click on this button or this card, okay, so once I click on this, we can just name our resume. Let's say I'm a full stack developer. Okay, so I'm just gonna write full stack. Rahul, no worries about the attendance. We will note down the attendance. Okay. Uh, if you have joined, we will note down. We have already noted down your attendance. No worries. So just try to be more focused on the session because it's very important. And you guys are gonna learn a lot into this. Okay. Yes. So like we have named our resume, which is which is a full stack developer. Let's say. Okay, and we just click on create. So as soon as we click on create, okay, so as soon as we click on create, as you can see here, we have this first name. Okay, these are the fields. Okay, so let's say we have like first name Athar. Okay, and the last
ପର
name is
ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତରେ ଆମେ ତ ବିକି ଦେଇଥାନ୍ତା ଓଇସା ଭଡା ତ ପାଇଥାନ୍ତା ନା ନାଇଁ ଆମର ପଇସା ଉଠି ସାରନ୍ତାନି 2-3 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲାଣି କଣ ଆମର କିଛି ଫାଇଦା ହେଲା ପଇସାକୁ ପଇସା କଲା
please
ତାର ପଇସା
unmute
ନେଇକି
yourself,
ଚଳୁଛି
guys.
ତାର ପଡିଆ ପକେଇଦେ ତାପରେ ସେ
Yeah,
Tirunad,
I think I'm giving I mute enable unmute themselves. Like whenever they have doubts, I will enable unmute.
yeah, like whenever like even I will unmute from my end. Okay, if
Okay,
they have raised a hand, okay, then only they can unmute.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And guys, please cooperate, yeah. Okay. Like we are not in school anymore, right? Okay. So, okay, so this is like first name, last name I have filled. Let's say job title is a full stack developer. Address. Okay. So as you can see here, it is automatically populated. Okay. So here I am writing and this is automatically populated. Okay. And if I like fill in my email address, see it is automatically taking the email address and I can drag and drop this, okay, wherever I want, right? So as you can see, I have this footer here and this component here, okay, and I can just drag and drop this, right? So we'll just see how we have implemented this. So if I just save this, okay, and go to next, I have this summary, okay. So summary, let's say I have just added like I am aspiring full stack developer. Okay. If I save in the summary, it's added. Next, if I like add job experience, as you can see, we have integrated like this kind of document editor, right? Document editor. This is like very interesting project. Like let's say, sorry, a person title, it's like full stack developer. And let's say company name is Coursevita. Okay. Hyderabad, start date. this, and let's say I've written ended. Let's say okay. So, and here again summary. I am happy to join Coursevita. Let's say okay. So as you can see, as I'm writing here, this data is getting populated. Okay. So let's say if I save, and if I want to add one more, I can add one more just below to that. Okay. And here it is automatically populated. Okay. Now the most important part of sorry. So now the most important part of this thing is this whenever we are making any changes here, it is automatically showing you the changes in the resume itself. First thing is that. Second thing is it is drag and droppable. Like let's say I want this experience or let header on the top. Okay, because it's a header, it should be on top. So this is on top. And let's say my job experience, I want my description to be second. Okay, so I can just make it second by dragging and dropping. Okay, and like, so let's make it in order. Okay, so we can just drag and drop. This is like drag and drop resume builder. Okay, so this is our project. Okay, for today that we are gonna explain. So let me share you guys. Wait, let me share you guys link for that project. Okay, you guys can fork that, or you can just clone that project. Okay, so let me. Okay, so this is the link. Okay, for the GitHub project. So this is so we'll just start from the beginning, like how you guys can clone the project and all. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I've opened the VS Code. You can use whichever code editor you guys want. Okay. Mhm. Let's say if I go there and etc. Stop. Okay. Here I'll just write get clone and I'll just paste this link. Okay, so that it will just clone this repository. Okay, I'll just open this project. Okay, let's make it into the new file. Wait. Okay, so this is our project. So first of all, whenever we clone the project, you guys can do with me, or else you can just see the screen. Okay. Check it. Init. Sorry. So first of all, the first command which we want to add is git npm i. Okay, which will install our all npm packages. Okay, as you can see here, the npm packages are been installed. So this project is made with React. Okay, this pages is made with React, and especially in React we have used white. Okay, to so how many of you knows React already? So can I get the answer? So how many of you knows React already? If you know, yeah, if you know React, you can write yes. If you don't know React, you can write no. Okay, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, 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 no. Okay, fine. So many of you knows it and don't know is like basically it's like the ratio is 50-50, I can say. Yeah, we have like around what? 80 people in this session, and only like 6 7 people has you know texted. Why, guys? At least you guys also show that you are participating into this workshop. You guys should show, like, so at least like drop a text, okay, so that at least I can see you, okay, I can know many of your names as well, right? You can just drop, guys, text in the chat. If you know React, you can write yes, and if you don't know React, you can write no. Okay, nice, Karthik, nice, Kanchan, okay. Uh, okay, yes, a bit. No, we are gonna learn a lot. Nishant, okay, no problem, Nishant. We are gonna see how the basics of React, how it works actually, okay? I'll just give you guys overview about the React as well. So what do you think? Like for the next 5 to 10 minutes, should I explain React? What is React in the basic sense for the next only 10 minutes? After that, we'll just jump into the project. So how many of you thinks that just explain React for like 10 minutes at least? Okay, yes, I wanna know. Yes, explain, yes. Okay, as many yes we get, we'll just explain the React. Okay, great. Yes, sir, explain. Yes, nice. Okay. Okay, I need like more at least yes, so that I'll just explain React. Okay. Yes, Rahul is saying yes. Prabhav is saying yes. Namrata is saying yes. Uh, yes, Kavya is saying yes. Explain. Yes, Ritik. Okay. I'll just explain what is React. Okay. So, whenever we visit some website, let's say we have, um, let's say YouTube. Okay. We have YouTube. Okay, we have this so much like so many videos are there. Okay, so this is like basic website. Okay, if you guys can see like my mouse and all, this is like basic websites. Now in this website there are many sections, right? Okay, as you can see there are many sections. Okay, and basically yes, Karthik. So I'll just tell you how to improve your logic in JavaScript and React. No worries about it. Okay. So basically we have this website, right? And we have this notification. Okay. We have this notification like how many people has seen or liked our video. Okay. Now let's consider we have this notification icon, or we want to see this notification, let's say 10 times in our app. Okay, let's say we have here notification, and let's say somewhere here, or let's say somewhere down. Okay, we are seeing the notification and the notification message as well. Okay, so right now only there are like three places where we are updating the notifications. Okay, now in the biggest apps there may be many places where we want to change our values. Okay, where we want to change our values like multiple times, right? There'll be many places where we want to change the value. So what you will do, you will just write a code for it. Okay, change the value in this notification bar, change the value in like left corner, change the value in the right bottom. You won't write that, right? Because in JavaScript we have to select like each and every element to change the value, right? So how many of you guys knew that? Like, we have to select the element and then change the value. You can just write yes, guys. So just make it interactive, yeah. Okay. You guys can just write yes. So basically we have to, change the value in every place. So we have to just select the element. Let's say we have to select this element in the left corner and we have to change the value there. Let's say we have to change the element in the right bottom, left bottom. We have to take that element, okay, select that element and change the value. But in React, what we have to do is, okay, let's say we have this React code. Okay. So here, like, we don't need to really, change the value in every place. Okay. So in React, we have something called a state. Okay. In React, we have something called a state. So we just take one variable. Okay. One variable we take and just place one variable in everywhere. Okay. We just place one variable everywhere. Let's say in this bell icon, in the left right corner. Okay. Left bottom or right bottom. Okay. We just place that variable everywhere. And on the one click, if that variable changes, everywhere it reflects. Okay, we don't have to select the items basically, or this DOM elements or HTML elements. We don't have to select that. Okay, that is a power of React. Now the thing is, if you guys, okay, I'll just close this YouTube. Okay, now the thing is, if you guys want to be really good in React, okay, you should know basics of JavaScript. If you guys want to be really good in React, you should be very proficient in JavaScript. Few people, what we do is, okay, what few people does, so okay, I know basics of JavaScript, and in the React I can get job. Okay, because in market for the month stack, the jobs are, there are many jobs, and there is a huge demand for the month stack. Okay, there is huge demand for the MERN stack basically. So MERN is basically MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. Okay, including these five technology, we have MERN stack, and there is a huge demand of MERN stack. So let's say a person who knows React really well, okay, he can get hired. Okay, but person who knows JavaScript, okay, basics of JavaScript, and he directly jumps to React, okay, then he can't be really good in React, I can say. Okay, first of all, whatever I've shown you, let's say you have to update the same element in multiple uh, uh, multiple places basically. Okay, you have to update the elements in multiple places. Okay, so first of all, you need to implement that in plain JavaScript. Okay, so whenever I was learning JavaScript, I used to make like projects, like big projects in plain JavaScript. Okay, and then I started learning React. Okay, then I got to know, okay, React is so useful. Okay, and then you can be able to learn the JavaScript as well, okay, in detail, so that it will help you in further your React journey. Okay, or further your job, or making a product. Okay, or else, what is a big project using JavaScript? So, see, like you can make any, like, even social media apps using like plain JavaScript. Okay. Yeah, I'll suggest some projects at the end of the session. Okay. So, yeah, so basically you need to, make few projects in JavaScript without using React. Let's say even a to-do list can do a job. Okay. Even if you make one to-do list, but little bit complex one, let's say with the login, authentication, and all these things, you just make a to-do list. Okay, and then you will realize that, okay, we have to change so many components. Then you will get to know, okay, JavaScript is hard. Okay, but you just crack it, you just do your project. Okay, and then once you do that, okay, once you complete your project in plain JavaScript, then you can jump to React. Okay, then you will get to know the basics of React, very core fundamentals of React. And you will also get to know the importance of React, why React is so useful. Okay, so I would suggest just learn basics JavaScript very well, and then jump to React. We have few questions. Akhil is asking, yes, please, is the game of Simon, which is pattern memorizing game, good enough? No, actually, if there are too many components which are changing, that I think that that project will help you more in JavaScript. To-do list in React, right, using JavaScript. So basically, Pranay, I'm saying only in plain JavaScript, you should write a code first and then jump to React. Okay, so we'll just jump to our project now. Okay, so this is the basics of React, and we have made this project using React itself. So as I told you earlier, okay, so here we have like few components which are changing, right? So whenever we type, okay, like as you can see, if I type something, it is changing immediately. In JavaScript, it is very hard to change. Okay. So basically, like we have to see if we are like, typing. Basically, we have to apply for the events and all, right? And then it will be changed. But in React, it's very easy. Okay. As you can see, I'm typing and it is changing here, right? And this drag and drop to implement in JavaScript, it's hard. But in React, we have few packages which helps us to implement it. Okay. Let me write you a full stack developer. Okay, so this project is made with React, and as I told you, React helps us to manage the state of the application. Okay, so Irfan is asking, yeah, I built a Amazon clone in JS that actually helps me grasp all the concepts. Yes, exactly. So basically, if you make really good project in normal JavaScript, no plain JavaScript, it helps a lot to get to know the concepts of advanced concepts like objects, event bubbling, events, promises, everything. Okay, so let's get back to the project. So yeah, we have this project right now, and as I told you, it is using state to basically updating in the resume. So let me walk you through the project first. Okay, so first section will be how we are like updating it in a real time. Okay, how we are updating the states in the real time. Okay, and the second part will be what exactly makes it drag and droppable. Okay, see, this is looking really beautiful. Like, how, what exactly, which library we are using to make it drag and droppable. Okay, so first, let's project. Okay, so this is like our app.js, and our all components are in components folder. Okay, in the dashboard, wait, the dashboard we have components. So these are all like basically in the if you have the project link, okay, you can just open the project and you can just follow along. So in the custom, we have like header. So whenever the header element is changing, okay, like this header element, okay, we have here in the custom header. Okay, and in UI we have like few buttons. Okay, this dialog button, input, okay, this text area and all is the part of UI. This context, is there any vulnerability in React? Kiran, actually there is no vulnerability. It's like a very stable framework. Okay, now it's very stable framework now. After so many years, like React is almost like 11 years old now. Okay, now it became so much stable. Earlier there was, but now it became so much stable. Okay, so this is like context dashboard, and in the component we have this add resume. Okay, and here we have this resume card item. Okay, and in the resume, basically in the resume we have one more folder called component. Okay, so in the component you can see this form, right? So this is our main folder. Okay, this is where all the magic is happening right now. Okay, so this is like form. We have this education component, right? So here, if I go back or next, see this is like education. We are all taking it from this component. Okay, we can just have a look at this resume. So as you can see, this education file basically, okay, this is like a component, education component, and then we are like taking information from here. So this is like a university name, degree, major, and this is all information we are taking. Okay, and this is state is getting updated every time. As you can see, we have this use state, okay, to update the state. Okay, so whatever we are taking from here, okay, we are just passing it. So basically, let me explain you guys. Okay, so this is education component, okay, and this is the education component. So right now we are taking few variables from here itself. Okay, let's say this education list is the name of the variable. Okay, and then as we are changing these variables, let's say from the input form. Okay, there must be some input form here. Okay, see here we have the inputs, right? See, these are the inputs like text area and all. These are the inputs, and we are applying handle change here. And whatever, whenever we have a handle change, this state is getting updated. Okay, this is changing. Okay, now we have used something called as context. So whenever we change this is gonna pass through the upper level. Basically, let's say these are the components, and this is another component where the other like let's say details are getting updated. Let's say if I write here let's say CBIT, as you can see, it is getting updated. Okay, so there is something on the higher level. Let's say if I show you the code, it will be pretty much confusing. But let's say here, yeah, do we have pen? Okay, so let's say here somewhere, okay, so as you can see my mouse, here somewhere we have, let's say a context. Okay, so here from here, we are just passing this information here, let's say, and from here it is able to, like this resume builder or this resume is able to pick the information. Okay, so this is how context is working. Okay, let's say, but if I want to change like this CBIT in this element itself, like let's say in below somewhere here, okay, it is possible. Okay, and then we just have to mention it here itself in the same code or in the same component. Okay, but as we are changing it in another resume or in another component which is far away. Okay, so we have to build something called as context somewhere outside. Okay, so we need some outside of the like what we can say, something outside which can hold our values. Okay, so this CVIT is going into the context and this resume is picking that value from the context. Okay, now I'll just show you how it is working. Wait. So in React, there is something called a use context. So that hook is basically helpful to, pass values through components. Okay. So basically in this project, I can't really explain you guys this. Okay, this is because this is like this will only take like half an hour or 45 minutes, okay, to explain you a single topic. So you guys can read more about it later on. Okay, I'll just guide you how we have built this project. Okay, so here we have used the context. Okay, and here we have used the state, like as I told you, whenever you want to just change the state, the state will get updated, and for that we have used use state. Okay, use state is a hook, okay, that we have used here. Okay, Akhil is asking, the localhost shows a blank page for a version of the project. Akhil, I'll just tell you in 10 to 15 minutes how we are gonna, exactly set up this project in the localhost. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so this is like a use state. We use to update the state. So now the first part of it is covered. Okay, like how we are like really updating the values here. Okay. Now the second part is how we are actually dragging and dropping this. Okay, it's like very interesting library which we are using. Okay, which is called DND, which is called DND kit. Okay, so here we have used a simple library. If Irfan is asking what we used for the backend. So for the backend, actually we haven't used anything. Okay, this is like the whole front end project. Okay, but if you go back, okay, if you go back, this is like a dashboard, and here we have implemented clerk for the login. Okay, to log in into the thing, basically log in into this project or this portfolio builder or the resume builder. Okay, then okay, I have to start it again. Just a second. Let me fill up the details first. Okay. Okay, as you guys can see, it is drag and droppable. So here we have used one package, or we have used one package here called DND kit. Okay, DND means basically a drag and drop. Okay, here as you can see, we have a few examples they have given and how easy it is to really implement this DND or drag and drop. Okay, let me help you with the example as well. So here in the docs, okay, if you type in the Google DND kit, okay, let's say we have this first link which is saying a modern drag and drop toolkit for React. Okay, so that's how, like, React's ecosystem is so big. React's ecosystem is so big that we have so many tools and so many packages for React, which enhances the performance of React and which helps us to implement certain features. Okay, so that is why people are learning React, and that is why many startups implements React for their project. Okay. Okay, fine. So we have used this DND. Let's go through the documentation. So this is a command which we need to just copy and paste to install DND. Okay, get started. This is saying a lightweight, modern, modular, performant, accessible, extensible drag and drop toolkit for React. Okay, this is this this actually offers so many features. Okay, it's really good. Like, let me give you an example as well. It's like overview. So this is very easy to use. This is like a draggable function. This returns. I'll just explain in a while like how this is very useful. I just want to show you guys actually an example. That's what I'm looking for actually. Yeah. So just comment, you can just drop in the chat how many guys you knew this before, or how many guys built this kind of advanced, website or a project. So you can just drop message in the chat till I just find this example. Okay, that's all right. We have just seen, and you can be able to implement that, Prabha. Okay, so only Prabha did know this before. Everyone knew this before? Okay, nice. So just drop the message in the chat. Like, if you knew this before, you can say yes. If you didn't know this before, you can say no. We are all here for learning, right? Okay, Ritik, that's nice. You created a certification verification website, right? Nice, 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 nice. So here we can see how to install this. Okay, we have this one command npm install dnd kit. Okay, then we just have to provide a context. Okay, this is like context provider for this dnd. Okay, we have to provide a context. Let's say, okay, how we are gonna implement, how we are implementing this drag and drop actually. Let's say if you guys can see my mouse, okay, it must have some it. So to move elements up and down, let's say if I add here, and let's say if I add some more, okay, some more, that's it. And I want to add some work experience as well. Let's say I add this full stack dev company name is Coursevita. Okay, if I save this, so as you can see, we have like these three elements, right? I can drop it, drag and drop it anywhere, right? So to know this, like basically of whatever the library we are using, to know this library that we are dragging and dropping the element in the same component basically, or in the same box, right? And how this library is knowing that this header is on the top, and as we are pulling it down, now it's down. Okay, so how this library is knowing, right? So for that, we have to wrap all these elements which we want to drag and drop into one context, right? Let's say this box is a context, and we have to make these all drag and drop elements into this context. Okay, so that's where they have mentioned this import dnd, like basically a context, dnd context we have to provide, okay, for the component. Here as well we have implemented that. If you go to preview, sorry, in the preview, an index, as you can see, we have wrapped our resume. Okay, we have wrapped it into the context. Let me check it first. Just a minute. But that is a concept of like a context. We have to wrap our all the elements into the context. Let me quickly find where is that file actually. Okay, so see, this is like a resume preview. Okay, and now as you can see, we have this two libraries. We have like these multiple functions which we have imported from these two libraries basically. Okay, you can see it's like DND kit. We have imported array move. Okay, and this is like DND kit, and we have imported like DND context. Okay, we have just seen here like right. This is like DND context. So whichever elements you want to move, basically whichever elements you want to move, you have to wrap them in a particular context. Okay, here. So here we have this DND context which we have used. Okay, so as you can see, we have wrapped this element. Okay, wrap all these elements. Okay, this like see education personal details, experience preview, all this summary preview, or personal details. See, we have all these fields in the form, right? Personal details, experience, education, summary preview. So we have just imported these details, okay, and just wrap them around this DND context. Okay, we have wrapped them in the DND context. So once you like have this DND context, we have one more basically one more function which is use draggable. Okay, so this is like use draggable is basically uses the algorithm, okay, to know, let's say if this element is on top, okay, it knows its position, okay, and once we drop it, once we start dragging this, okay, it just changed their position, right? So it's like it's not the second position, right, or the third position. So basically this particular library has such a algorithm that so it changes the sequence, right? So let's say it has number one, now it can be number two, right? So this changes the sequence, and according to that sequence, okay, we can able to drag and drop these elements. Okay, so that is why we are using this use draggable, okay, for that algorithm, you can say. And this is like array move. Okay, now let's say we have this array of components, right? So for this array of components, okay, we are using this array move from DND kit sortable. So basically we have to sort this, right? So we have this one more library for this DND kit sortable, which comes with DND only. This drag and drop only it comes. Okay. So now use draggable is there and use droppable is there. So whatever we are gonna drag, and whenever we just drop it, right? We are dragging it and dropping it. Okay. So whenever we have to drag, we have to use draggable, and whenever we have to drop, we have to use droppable. Okay. So it's like a draggable one will take ID and children. Okay. We have this function written here. Okay, so wherever we have to place it, it has like inbuilt function. So you just have to copy paste it from the website. Okay, and just try to understand it how it is working. Okay, and we have this function called droppable. Droppable is again taking ID and children. So what is this ID basically? ID is nothing but the ID of this component, ID of this particular component. It's nothing but the ID of this particular component. Okay. Okay, so this thing is very simple. Okay, you just have to wrap it in the context. Whenever you want to use, you just wrap it around the context, okay, which is coming from DND kit, and the component which we want to use, like the component also should be wrapped inside the draggable. Okay, as you can see, the component, okay, is wrapped inside the draggable. Okay, as you can see, this experience preview is wrapped inside the draggable itself. Okay, so this is like use draggable we are using for that, and droppable is basically whenever you want to drop that component. Okay, as you can see, we have this draggable and this drop function as well. Basically, see this droppable. okay, helps us to particularly place that element in wherever we drop it. That is why we have this set node reference. Okay, this is like node reference. So node reference means, let me explain you. Okay, so this node reference is basically, let's say, have you guys learned linked list in DSA? Anytime, like, have you guys learned linked list in DSA? So you can just drop yes. Okay, Prabha. Okay, nice. So as you know, okay, no problem. I'll just explain you guys. So as you know, like, let's say, let me explain you linked list in short. Okay. No worries, Rahul. You will understand. Actually, in programming, no, only practice can be very useful. Without practice in the programming, it's very hard to, survive. You have to practice a lot, basically, if you want to be a really good programmer. Okay, so we have, let's say, this 2, 3 numbers. And let's say these are the elements from this same component. Okay, now we'll just connect them. Let's give them a number. Just a second. Say 1. Okay, 2. I just hope you guys are able to see my screen or these small letters. Are you guys able to see, or should I just zoom? Say yes or no, like, if you can see, just type able to see, able to. Yes, yes, no problem. Thank you. Okay, zoom a little bit. Okay, so let's say we have this 3. Oh, okay, we'll just take 5. Okay, so let's say if I want to delete this element, let's say 3. Okay, now it's deleted. Now computer has to basically do 2 operations. First of all, at the place of 3, it will move 4. Okay, and at the place of 4, it will move 5. But let's say we have to, let's say, I'll just do control Z. Now let's say if I delete the 1, okay, 1 is deleted. Now at the place of 1, we have to take 2. At the place of 2, there will be 3. At the place of 3, there will be 4. At the place of 4, there will be 5. As you can see, I'm only talking it so many times, it makes us irritate, right? But computer has to do these operations one by one, right? So as you can see how much time it can take, right? So that is why in DSA, we have something called as linked list. Okay, so what linked list is doing is, so let's say we have this node, okay, and for in this node, okay, or in this box, let's say we have address of this next node or address of this 2, okay, so that it is connected. Okay, that is why, like, let's say it has address of this 2. Now let's say is address is 0 0. Okay, sorry for the handwriting. So let's say we have this address of 0001. Okay. Now this 3 has address of 0003. Okay. And so that 2 has address of 3 as 0003, so that it can get connected. So everyone has address of each other. Okay. And they are connected now. Now let's say I want to drop this 3. Okay. I'm just dropping this 3. Okay. So let's say I'm just dropping this 3. So here, sorry. Okay. Let's say here I'm just dropping this 3. Okay. Now, let's say this 2, now at the time of like at the place of this 3, we don't need to place 4 actually. Okay. We have to just give address of this 4 to the 2. That's it. It will be dropped with this address, right? So we just made up this operation so simple. Okay, we just have to give the address of the next node, okay, or the next element, okay, to not run so many operations. Okay, so that's what it is using here as well. Okay, so it is using something called as node to give the address of the next node. Let's say if I'm dropping it here, okay, and it is moving up. How it is able to move up? Basically this last one knows, okay, my next element will be here. So let's say the address of this header is getting stored into this basically. So that is how this node thing is working. Okay, so that is why like in the droppable we have this set node. Okay, the reference is a set node and this set node is coming from use droppable. Okay, this reference is coming, node reference is coming from the use droppable, okay, which is a hook. So that's pretty much about this project. Okay, you guys can, using the states and using this library, this D&D kit library, we can just build this project. In the documentation or on the YouTube, you can find, you can find much more information about this. Okay, but by only by reading document, okay, you will be able to understand this project. Okay, so do anyone has any doubts? You can just go ahead with the doubts. So anyone has any questions about this monster hack or anything, you guys can ask. Okay, no one has doubt. So now tell us the process to run this project. Okay, got it. Just a second, I'll just tell you. So basically, once you like clone this project, okay, you have to basically npm I to install all the packages. Do npm I in the command line to install the packages. Okay, as you can see here, this like will install the packages. And now in the root folder, you have to I don't do JavaScript, so may I need to know first, then able to understand very much. Yes, yes, yes. So if you don't know JavaScript, then you know, then you won't understand this project. We should. So basically, why this project series is okay. Let's say in future you learned all these programming languages and all, right? You learned all this program, but then you'll stuck when to make the projects, right? So then you will be able to understand these projects, okay, by seeing the recordings and all. Okay, so then you guys can understand it. Okay, so so in the root folder folder, you have to make one. Oh, hello. Okay. I'm so sorry, like it got disconnected somehow. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay. So in the root folder, basically we have to make one for. Okay, first of all, I'm audible, guys. Please write yes in the chat box. Okay, thank you, Abdul. Okay, so in the root folder, we have to make one file, okay, called .env .local. Okay, why we want to make this file is basically for our project, okay, for our this project, for this login system, okay, as you can see here, okay, we have the login system on the home. If we click on get started, we will, just a second. Let me start this as well. Sorry. PM dev. Let this project start. Is there any network issues? Enable the host of Coursevita. Okay, now we have this dashboard. So basically, here for this project, we are using this login authentication, right? As you can see, you can just sign out, or I can just click on get started, and here I can just sign in and sign out, right? So here we are using something called as clerk for the login and authentication. Okay, so for that, we need one API key of that clerk. Okay, so for that API key, okay, we have this, you know, for that API key, we need to make this local file. Okay, basically env local. So that we can just store our environment, environment variable there. Okay, as you can see in my project, in the .env local, we have this white clerk public key. Let me just give you this as well. Okay. Uh, So I'm not able to give you key, okay, because this is a personal key which I have to use, but I'll just give you a variable name, okay, in the chat. I'll just give you guys a variable name in the chat so that you can make one file called .env.local, okay, and there you can just paste it. Uh, and here, just log into the clerk. Okay, let me give you a quick example for this as well. Clerk, sorry, clerk login. Okay, here the clerk authentication and user management. Okay, so here you can just sign in and get the API key. Okay, let me for you. Okay, so once you complete this login process, okay, in the settings, you'll find the API keys. Okay, so here you just have to paste the API keys. Okay, here you have to paste the API key like this. Okay, and just save it and just restart your project. Then you guys can be able to get this. Okay, so that's the thing. Any other questions you guys have? So I just hope so how many people are new here? Okay, they can just drop I'm new sort of. And how many of you haven't like downloaded this bundle? Okay, which I'm gonna share right away with you guys. Just a second. So let me quickly share my screen, guys. Just a minute. Okay. So this is a bundle basically which we are providing, and this is very useful. Okay. So I'll just tell you guys what are including in this bundle. Okay. It's like full stack question bank. Okay. This is like interview questions. Okay. Which we have covered here. Okay, this is web development cheat sheet. Basically, here we have covered all the topics from HTML, CSS, JavaScript to React.js as well. Okay, and the most important thing is this JavaScript complete notes. Okay, so whoever is learning JavaScript, okay, it is very, very, very useful for you guys. Okay, so here we have just covered all the topics from basic to advanced and even object oriented programming, and this is handwritten notes. Okay, these handwritten notes are there. Okay, from basic to advanced. And if you guys haven't purchased this, okay, I would highly recommend to purchase, like I will highly recommend you guys to purchase this bundle because this is very, very useful. Okay, so here we have this JavaScript complete notes. Okay, like from basics, functions, scopes, arrows, what is if or iffy or immediately invoke functions, all advanced topics are covered here. Okay, some projects are also there. What is events, asynchronous projects, advanced JavaScript, what is API request, what is promise, what is asynchronous programming, or what is async promise fetch, how under the hood JavaScript works. All concepts are written here, like this object-oriented programming topics. See, in object-oriented programming, you have this lexical scope, use of prototype. Like, there are many topics which are covered into these notes. So I would highly recommend you guys to, purchase these notes, okay, and study this. This is very useful for you. So to purchase these notes, I'll just drop, in the chat box. I'll just drop this link to purchase this bundle basically. Okay, we have already dropped. Sir, I paid yesterday, but I didn't get the bundle. Okay. Okay. We will just get back to you. You can just contact us. Okay. And we'll get back to you. No worries, you will get the bundle. Okay. So, so here is a link for the bundle. You can just click on this link and get yourself a bundle. Okay. This is very useful, guys, and I will highly recommend you guys to, purchase this bundle. And the second thing is our full stack course. Okay, this Mern stack course. As I told you, this Mern stack is so much in demand. Okay, we are launching this full stack course in upcoming weeks. This is gonna be 12 weeks of course. Okay, means 4 months. You guys are gonna learn like almost everything in the full stack, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Node.js, MongoDB, and GitHub. Okay, so everything is covered with the real-time projects. Okay, so the project which I've shown you guys is like a kind of small project. Okay, and I was not able to code actually to make you guys understand how things are actually working. I was just able to explain you guys a project, right? So if you guys want to learn in detail, okay, I would highly recommend to get this course so that you guys can learn further and be a job ready basically. Okay, be industry ready, right? So that's it from my end, guys. Okay, we'll just drop this form as well. If you guys are interested into this full stack course, okay, we'll just drop a form link as well. Okay, just a second, let me drop a form link as well if you guys are interested. Okay. Okay, in the chat, you can see the form link as well. Okay, you just have to write, fill up the details, and you will get call further for this full stack course. I would again say, guys, this full stack course is very helpful for you because we have covered a lot, and in detail, we are going to cover every topic, okay, with the projects, with real-time projects. Okay, so that's it, guys, from my end. If you guys have any doubts, you can just reach out to us through email or through our number. So thank you guys for attending, and you guys are really interactive, and that's it. Thank you, guys. Okay, so we have one question. Can we able to upload this project to GitHub and then deploy them? Yeah, you can upload this project to GitHub and deploy it. Okay. Yeah, Tirunad, you can continue. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Atav. Like, yeah, I have placed the feedback form in the chat box, and as well as like whatever Atav said, like those links are already in the chat box. Okay. Let me share my screen. Yeah, yeah. That bundle link I'm sharing in the chat box again. Once you click on this link, it will be directly redirecting into the payment link. Just you can enter your details, name and email ID, mobile number, and do the payment. Then you will be getting an email with the confirmation with the drive link. If anybody have any issues, like some of them didn't get the bundle link, I kindly recommend to drop an email to learn@coursevita.com. I'm sharing that email ID in the as well. Learn@coursevita. So if you drop an email to that mail ID, then we will get back to you with this solution. Like I will check with backend team. Like someone said, like I didn't get the bundle. I think Radhakrishnan. Radhakrishnan, just drop a mail to that mail ID. Tomorrow I will check with the backend team and I will let you know. No? And I pasted the feedback form in the chat box. I posted the feedback form, and if anybody is not yet filled, you can fill the feedback form. If you guys have any doubts, drop in the chat box. Like if you want to reach out, just drop a mail to learn@coursevita.com. Okay. I think, yeah. Anybody have any doubts, you can post in the chat box. Yeah. Yeah, all the material you will get once you purchase that bundle link. Okay. Someone is asking that question. Yeah, once you fill the feedback form, you can leave the session. And the tomorrow session will be the same timings at 7 p.m. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it from my end, Atho. We can wrap it up the session. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll meet up at the same timings at 7:30 p.m. 7 p.m. Sorry. Okay. Bye. Yeah. Yeah. Just drop a mail to learn@coursevita.com. I'm dropping that mail again once again. Yeah. That's it, guys. Tomorrow we'll meet up at same timings at 7 p.m. Have a great day.